Alright, folks, we are live. We're back in my Snowball Earth playthrough. And as you can see, it is frozen out. The snow has come, winter is starting in the game, and it's technically just September. So, we got a few things we want to do. One, we're going to need to set up farming in some manner, way, shape, or form. Because otherwise, long-term survival is not going to really be a thing very well. And it's also going to prevent us from being able to complete our goals if we don't do that. First, let's get rid of this Pokemon real quick, though. Decided to be in the way here. There we go. Had to get rid of that Pokemon. Okay, didn't drop anything, though. Alright. With that all said, we got a couple things we're going to do. Try and make this whole getting farming going easier here. So we're going to keep working on getting some iron tools. Because I have an area that should have iron. And we're going to go see if we can't get down to it. First things first, we're going to need some more ladders. Let's make a few more ladders. There we go. Alright. The other thing we're going to want... We are going to want another pick, which I happen to have another pick already standing by here. Right there. I'm just going to throw that in my inventory. We're going to go see if we can't find iron in our iron mine. And welcome to the stream, folks. Hope everybody's having a good day. Gonna see if we can't get some iron here to make our lives just a little bit easier here in this Snowball Earth run. And then our next goal after we explore for iron a little bit more, see if we can't get into farming. We're gonna try doing an underground farm today. So I do have underground farming turned on for this playthrough. We're also gonna need a lot more wood before we can do that safely. Lots of things we gotta work on. Also gonna have to get my character some more food, I just realized. Alright. Our mine should be right here. Alright. So we're just going to go straight on down here. See if we can't find that iron that this reading says should be here. So we found 10 up there, so that's 1, 2, 6 right there, 7, 8, 9. This will be 10, 11, and 12. So that's the one we're going to want to do our reading on right down there. Go down one more, just to make this easier. Do is we'll go out a little bit. There's a reason I do a reading about every 12 blocks, because the pick here, I don't know if I do it the right way. The pick here will do a 6-block radius. So we don't want to overlap too much, try and save some durability on our pick. Nothing over there either. There's probably no iron on this level. At least, not right here. Anyways. Go that way a little bit. Man, nothing. We were having terrible luck with finding iron today. I mean, if we're lucky, we'll go straight down into it. Granted, I've got enough copper and tin to keep myself in tin bronze for a while. Let's see here. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll go down one more. We'll check down here. I'll push it just a hair out further this time. Nothing over there. Let's try this one here. Nothing. Wow. This is probably like the highest iron reading I've ever seen in a reading, too. More shocked because I haven't found it yet. But then, problem with this, there is no guarantee that there's iron. More. Well, we found copper again. Oh my goodness. If you look at my reading, it says 4 copper, 4 cassiterite, 4 bismuth, very high hematite. Oh goodness. Oh man. Let's go up this way. What we'll do is right below this one because we didn't do a check this direction anyway, so we'll just do one. Alright, we'll do one this way just to be sure we're not been looking in the wrong direction. Nope, nothing. Okay. Alright, well let's see. We've got enough boards, we could certainly make 2 more sets of ladders here. Alright, so let's see what this gets us here. Alright. Put that there. So we're also going to have to go deal with the food situation soon. Ladder down there. Just like this angle a little bit better. And we're already like 30 down. Let's see here. This is about 29-ish. So let's go down to say 20. We'll do one about 22 or so. Go down like 2 more. There we go. Do one right here. Let's see if we get lucky. Alright. Iron? Nothing. Ah, alright. Iron? Hopefully, maybe. Man. If there's iron here, it's deep. Which is not unusual. It can be pretty deep. Okay. There. That goes. Had to get the right angle on it because it's kind of at the maximum of my range here. These ladders kind of push me back. All right. We can go down like just a couple more. And that's maybe as far down as we can go. That's not worth doing another check on, really. Not really. We'll do one anyways, just to be sure. Because it will get a little further down than we already were. I don't expect anything. Yeah, nothing. Not surprised. Alright, well, we'll have to get some more ladders before we can do any more exploring here. And make sure there's no places where we didn't do a full cardinal check. I mean, we technically didn't do one up here, but I mean, we already know we got like the tin here. Do 3, do 4. Alright, what do we have? Anything? Considerate? Not surprising. Alright, let's go up. We did a cardinal here already. After starving. We got copper over here. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Do a quick check to see if I get lucky and find some iron. Just copper again. It's gonna be copper this way too. Let's see if we get lucky and find some iron on the way back up. Just copper again. Go and considerate. Right, lots of tin in this particular mine shaft. But no iron. Wow. We'll do one here too, just because we didn't. Alright. Last check. There shouldn't be any this high up. Yeah, nothing. Because there is a level where it won't, like, spawn, you know, above a certain level. Yep. Alright. Back to our character's home. I think we'll just have to settle for being tin bronze tools here. See, we have an orc over there who didn't notice us. It's fine by me. Really want to fight the orc right this second while we're starving to death. Looks like we got a snowstorm blowing in here. Alright. Almost back home. And for people curious, I do have my mod list posted on the YouTube description, because I am streaming to both YouTube and Twitch. There we go. Got any fish while I was gone? Nope. Alright, let's grab some food here. Well, we've got enough fish we could make something. Let's start with eating a couple of these lingonberries just to get us to quit complaining about being hungry here. There we go. Alright, we're going to take 2 of these fish. Take one of these. One of these. We're going to make ourselves a little bit of fish stew real quick. Go. And these juniper berries actually make the fish stew a healing stew. If you cook them. If you eat the juniper berries, they actually poison you slightly. Alright. Seeing if there's anything going on outside the house here. Then get a lot of orcs and goblins over here around my little neighborhood. They walk across the frozen lake and bother me. So I'm gonna have to put in like a lake or something across, or a fence or something across the lake at some point. There we go. Almost got some food going. I was gonna have to get some hunting done, I think. There we go. Have this nice tasty meal. Was not super filling. There we go. The food's gonna start becoming a real problem soon. And figure that out. Alright. That's part of the reason we gotta get this whole, like, you know, farming thing going here. Alright, let's see here. Got some tongs. What do we have here? Have a chisel? Should. I think I left my chisel inside. Telling me I can put like animal skins in here or something? Just noticed a symbol I hadn't seen before on the tool rack. I'm like, what's going on there? Okay. Grab my chisel real quick. Hop over my thing here. Let's break this up. Go. Just there. Grab that. Let's see here. What we'll do. So we'll do my favorite ratio for tin bronze. There we go. It's 92 and 8. Then I'll grab a few pieces of charcoal. Which I'm gonna need more charcoal very soon. There we go. The other thing I'm going to need very soon, I'm going to need to find a source of lime. Go ahead and grab some charcoal there. Get that going. How's this looking? See if it's going to actually get up to temp on us here. We'll see. Hopefully it does. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is we'll sink basically another mine shaft back here. So there's like some stone here. And we'll basically flatten this out, build like a little shed. And then we'll sink another mine shaft there and tunnel down. That'll be our underground farm area. At least that's my plan. Anyways. Alright, let's see here. I want this to be another pick. Large hook, nope. Pick, there we go. Testing out my Napster mod that I just did a mod spotlight on, actually. It comes out tomorrow. Yep. There's a new pick. So I don't have any sticks to put on it, so that's a mild problem. Put it on. I'm gonna need a stick. Let me go get a stick while that finishes smelting there. We're gonna need a lot of mining done. Need a lot of mining to get an underground farm going here. Because one of the other things I'm going to plant underground is these cattail roots that they grow. Then I have a source of rope and other things. Yeah, I think we only need one more of those. If even. Got to save our charcoal where we can, because right now our charcoal pit is real tiny. I don't have a good source of other fuel. Rift activities up. What's a wooden lantern cost? So you kind of plate a candle, so at that point you might as well just make a regular lantern. Aesthetically very nice. But no better than a regular lantern. In fact, worse actually than a regular lantern. But that's one of the things added by the primitive survival mod. Pretty neat mod. And at some point I might make use of those. It's gonna cool off too much, isn't it? Nope, finished. Okay, good. Yeah. That back there. Save that. Cool. The other option I have for digging my underground mine, so I could always sink a hole in the floor here in my hut. It's here. Put this like here as well. Let's grab these. You're gonna make me break them, aren't you? There we go. Save these candles. Those in here. That way, once I get ready to actually make a lantern, we'll have the stuff ready. Just want to make a solid trapdoor. It's just a full solid block of wood. Got it. All right. Done. Trapdoors. Now, can I make ladders without... Do I have to have the sticks? I think I have to have the sticks. Don't I? Birch trellis. No, that's not what we want. It's gonna be this regular ladder. Yeah, so we're gonna need sticks. Oh, let's grab some sticks. Actually, can I make ladders out of these? No. Of course not. Alright. Let's do... We'll do as many as we can here. 21 will get us down a bit. So let's see what we can get down to here. Especially if you just push back like a little bit right here. What I might do, move this. Put this like back here. That back there for now. And what we'll do, also just knock this block out right here. Get it out of the way. And that way we can put our ladder down right here. go. That'll be our mine shaft here. We'll just go down here and see what we find. Funny enough, I haven't prospected in this area, so maybe we'll do that while we're down here. Oh, alright, what we'll do is keep it easy. We'll go ahead and do a little bit of prospecting here. That'll be 3. This way 3. There we go. Go this way 3. There we go. And now let's do a long range just to see what we've got, because I haven't even checked. Sometimes you never know. Your house might be sitting on top of a giant payload and you just don't know it. Yes, we're sitting on zinc, apparently, according to this, and possibly hematite. I mean, if I find a hematite vein down here, I'll be incredibly happy, but I don't expect it. Alright, so the thing we're going to be keeping an eye on is our temperature. See what kind of a temperature we start to see down here. We want to go deep enough. Well, alright, so let's go up top to see. So up here, it's 21 degrees Fahrenheit. I am using Fahrenheit. And down here, we're already down to up to 23. Which is slightly below freezing, or a little below freezing. We want to go as deep as we can here. Because we want to keep it preferably above freezing year-round. I mean, we may have to go all the way down to the mantle to do that. We'll see. And the other thing this does, this gives me lots of stone to like make things out of, like little rocks and stuff. So like if I want to make like stone fencing and stuff, it'd be good for if you're going to keep animals or anything. The main thing we have to do is hope we don't mine into a cave. Mining into a cave randomly would be unfortunate. Just checking something real quick. So feel free to chat. I am watching chat, folks. Oh, hold on. I actually think I see a problem. Give me just a second, folks. I just realized I think my YouTube chat is disconnected. Yep, close that. Ducks. Yep. Yep, there we go. Okay. Trying to fix my chat there, folks. There we go. All right. I just need to come over here to this dashboard. Commands. Docs. Oh. Oh, there we go. Alright, figured it out. Apparently my YouTube did get disconnected from my multi-chat feature there. There we go. Alright. It's all fixed back up now. Cool. Go. Alright, got it fixed. Back to mine. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. I was wondering why my chat looked a bit funny. Alright. Let's see here. We're up to 24 degrees Fahrenheit. We're not super deep yet. Don't want that one there. There. Yep. We'll take this as far down as these ladders will get us here. Let's see how that looks. So the other thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get some more seeds set up. Because right now I've got berry seeds mostly. I was able to get, you know, from the wild farming revival mod, which lets you take and convert berries into seeds for the bush itself. There we go. Alright, we're down to what? There's still 74 blocks above the mantle. Oh, we hit zinc. Which, don't get me wrong, zinc's great to have. Because you can use it to make brass, which you can use to make, you know, torch holders and stuff. There we go. We're going to need some more ladders here. So let's get back upstairs. Yeah, enough zinc to fuel a small generator. Exactly. Like, I'll be set for zinc forever now. Their general efficiency. Farming is still going to be a problem because we're at negative 17, or we're at 17 degrees up here at the surface, and we're only up to like 28 down there, so that's going to be a mild problem. Alright. We got zinc. Let's see what we can do food-wise for our character. I think we're just going to have to cook this stuff. Let's just cook that meat real quick. How you doing, General Efficiency? You having a good day? That's good. Cat is once again grounded from going outside because he thought it'd be funny to disappear and come back looking like a stray and a bit ear. Ah, sorry to hear that. Yeah, I had a cat that was pretty bad about that a couple of years ago. Trying to get stuff ready and sorted out when I upgrade to new PC. Nice! Pretty good. It's always nice to get a new computer. A lot of work, though, with having to transfer everything over and all that. There we go. Get my character something to eat here. Guess we eat these berries, because we got nothing else to do with them. So I think in-game tomorrow, food's going to be a top priority here. Because we are running out. Yes, stay outside in the freezing cold instead of laying in a nice warm bed with free food and water. And someone who cares for me. I mean, that's cats for you. Like, cats are weird. They don't always make the best decisions, it seems like. go. Yeah, we are basically out of food at this point. Put my character to bed, sleep through the night here. Alright. I hope it can come to the lazaret. It would be preferable if we can get a bunch of people there. Nothing in the fish traps. I'm just gonna throw this zinc in there and the tin bronze in there as well. Let's get out and do some foraging because we're gonna have to find some food. I think there's food south of me that I haven't gone to get yet. Should probably stop running to save myself some calories. Alright, let's see here. I don't think this trader sells food, unfortunately. Suppose I could always try to hunt a muskox. Because I do have some muskox spawns around here. Tea, flowering, too cold, too cold. They're all empty. Yeah, we have a very short growing season in Snowball Earth here. It is that y'all come down to the dockhouse, and I'll tell y'all the plan in my super duper secret briefing room, the attic. Okay, good to know. I know, Bacon went over there to try and set up a, forward operating base or something. That's what he'd had in mind, or was telling me, anyways. Where that was his plan, was to try and set up something. There we go. There's food. Take that. Not a lot of food, but it's food. Flowering. Right, there we go. There's some wood. Okay. Right. Alright, we got some berries. That's good. I could always grab these cattails. These cattails can be food to pinch. Maybe you could ping and ask who all would be attending this weekend after you're done streaming. Yeah, I'm going to. I can do that. I don't know if we really need a second sailboat. We do need to work on finished building, like, the way down to your dockhouse. I mean, I could always use your super secret attic teleporter to go down to your dockhouse. But, you know, I'd like to have a road at some point. I did notice your super secret attic teleporter. I even went to your cellar that's just a teleporter on the top of a mountain. I need you to find some way to give your flax to me in my Snowball Earth playthrough. Because in this playthrough I have 0 flax, outside of what I've gotten off killing things. Yeah, the waystones are public. I'm gonna have to look and see if there's a way to make them not public. It's like, if you look at mine, if you look at your waystone, you should be able to see the one that goes to my house. Remind you to move your attic waystone. Sure. And for people wondering, the reason I'm harvesting all these cattails, because these are food to me. There are stable temporal gears that you can make in a cooking pot with some red dye, but I don't. I think those extend the range, because by default the whatchamacallits, waystones have a range of like I think 5,000 blocks, and I think adding those stable gears increases the range. I think, but I haven't tested that. I mean, we have tons of cinnabar laying around, so it's not like it'd be hard for us to, like, test that. In theory. I'll knock this tree down real quick. I'm impressed I did not break my axe. Alright. Got a few more sticks, which is one of the things I wanted while we're out and about. Let's see about... Back to getting food, though. Okay, we got some more cranberries. Cranberries. Love cranberries. Cranberries are great because just of how long they last, even fresh. That's a lot of house style over there. A lot of unfriendly critters. Yeah, that's another problem I've noticed with Snowball Earth. Lack of mushrooms. Like, I've seen mushrooms, like, once. Oh, we've got a stump over here. Let's find out what's in the stump. If anything. Or if it's just a stump. It's just a stump. Aspen. Aspen leaves. More peat there. Not that I need the peat right now. Sorry, raccoon. What's your food? Oh, that's a polar bear. That's a polar bear. I am not set up to hunt the polar bear right this second. Let's run over here to the trader. Maybe I can hide in the trader's hut and use that to my advantage to fight the polar bear. Had to wrestle with my cat so I could disinfect his wound. Yeah, that's always... Cats are always terrible about that. They do not like to get their wounds cleaned. Come on back, polar bear. I want your meat. Come on. We're gonna play bait the polar bear. Come on. Come back. Most dangerous type of bear in this game, by the way. Come on back. I got another spear. Playing a bit of Fallout 4 on your Steam Deck, and it runs quite well. That's impressive. I didn't expect Fallout 4 to work well on the Steam Deck. Alright. Maybe you gave it a Coke or something. I mean, you know, maybe caffeine's the secret to all things in life. Nope, polar bear, come back. Stop running. Stop running. Yes. Okay, let's see here. What do I want to throw out? I really don't care about this small carcass. I can get up. Alright, I want the meat, though. Come on. There we go. Nice. We got the meat, we got the fat. That's what I care about. I don't really care about the bones. But, there we go. There we go. Alright. We have meat. 12 meat, too, so that's enough to actually make something. It's got any food in them. I think I already harvested all these previously. Yeah, unfortunately. That's okay. We've got food. Let's head back to our house. Another thing I need to start considering is like hunting a caribou. I don't have enough spears to really chase one down right now. Or the inventory space to carry the caribou meat, so that's going to be red meat. I hadn't played Fallout 4 in a while there. General efficiency. It's a good game. I just haven't broken it out in a while. Right. The immediate food needs are taken care of. Thanks, Mr. Polar Bear. And the trader so lovingly letting me use his front door to fight said polar bear. Okay. So what I think I need to do, let's just clear ground spot here. Plant a large tree there. Come over here. I'm gonna do like another one right here. There we go. Get those trees in the ground just because that'll save me a little bit of inventory space. Ready? Where's my cooking pot? There it is. And we're gonna whip up some food here. Go. And It's not gonna let me do double berries, unfortunately. Dang. Alright, well, that's fine. Actually, I wonder if I can do berries and juniper berries. Nope, nah, not gonna let me do that. Not surprising. Throw those in there. 8 days. That all sorted out. Let's grab some food, some fuel here. We're gonna have an actual meal. There we go. Alright, let's see here. I need a saw, logs. Go. Take these. Make some more ladders. We're gonna have to go deeper down anyways. Go. Alright, solves that problem. Put away half of these cattails. Actually, I'll put away most of these cattails. The reason being, if I can take this and these cattails, make myself a whole bunch more cattails. Well, the roots, I should say. And if only I had an oven, I could bake them nicely. Actually, wait, what am I doing? Hold on. I have a knife. Knife? Cattails. Go. There we go. We're gonna get vegetables for like the first time in game. Which means we can also make... Oh, we can actually make soups now. We can actually extend our food supplies even better now. Oh, I forgot we could do that. All hail expanded foods. And culinary artillery. The two of them together. Fantastic ones. Get us extra satiation too. Let's put the saw away. And these away for now. Save more wood. Actually, I should make some more planks, actually, because I'm going to need more planks. I need a lot more planks. I just realized. It's okay. Okay. Got a plan. I don't know. That's going to be enough to get it done on my cooking. Consume type, my love. That is my lovely wife, who's unfortunately having a little bit of a sneezing fit next to me. Better than the cat, though. Our cat, when she sneezes, oh my god. Our cat has terrible sinus problems. From when she was a kitten, she had a bad sinus infection. Before we got her, and the people we adopted her from, rescue, were telling about this. But it basically has left her with a bit of permanent, like, sinus damage. Welcome, Zion, thank you for joining. But because of this, though, our cat sneezes often. She just makes an absolute like mess everywhere when she sneezes. Like, love her to death, but my god, her sneezes, and I have terrible sinus problems. Her sneezes put my sneezes to shame. So. I'm gonna need one more piece of firewood. It's a little bit better. Give me just a second, folks. While that cooks, I'm gonna grab my heater. It's still a bit cold, right? Heater a bit closer. There we go. I'm back. Okay. On food, finish cooking. Wow, really? I need anything in my inventory I can just throw in there. Cook. Yeah, here, I don't need this extra trapdoor. The sticks are important. The boards are important. That trapdoor, I've already got one. I only needed one. Yeah. Alright. We have food. How's the nutrition on this looking? 360 protein, 60 fruit, and 150 veg. There we go. Our character gets to have vegetables in his diet. With the Snowball Earth, yeah, see, our grain and vegetable are like our two lowest. Grain we're not going to be able to fix until we get, like, farming of some sort going. There we go. Save those other servings there. Alright, the reason I wanted some extra boards, though, is we're going to do this. I'm going to get my knife, and we're going to make some torch holders. I'm going to need more sticks, though, for the long run. Okay. Let's get back down here to our mining, now that we have some more ladders. Alright, let's check our temperature up top. So up top, we're at 21 degrees Fahrenheit at about 5 p.m. Alright. We go down here to the bottom of our mine shaft. What are we at? We're at 33. Alright. It's workable. Not great, but workable. I'm gonna mine this quick. And what I'll do is I'll put a ladder like right here. That way I know this is where I can mine zinc. Cool. Well, it's nice having the option for a zinc mine down here, you know. Because actually you do use zinc in certain materials. Like I think you use it, besides making brass, I think you use a little bit of zinc to make your bismuth bronze. I don't have bismuth, so, you know, that doesn't really help me, but, you know, conceptually, theoretically, I could then use it to make bismuth bronze. If I use it for anything, I'll use it to make brass, or maybe just smelt the zinc into ingots and use that to make lanterns or something. Alright, we're up above freezing. 35 degrees Fahrenheit. We may not need to go all the way down the mantle. Found some more zinc. Oh my goodness. You're right, General Efficiency. I found, like, enough zinc to float a battleship down here, basically. Oh goodness, because that's the second zinc vein I've found. Alright, down here at the very bottom, what are we at? That puts us at almost 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Which, up at the top, we're down at 39.4. Let's see what we were up here. Because I do have some seeds I can plant immediately, if I can get a warm enough temperature. So up here we're still at 19 degrees, so we're about 20 degrees warmer down there. That's pretty good. So I've got these carrot seeds. They'll grow in that. These bunchberry, I don't think care. The cabbage seeds would technically grow. The horsetail seeds don't care. The felt seeds theoretically would grow. It's a little risky on the cranberries, but if we go a little deeper, we could probably make that work. Looks like the lingonberries don't care. It says it acts like the crowberries don't care. Well, let's go a little bit deeper. And see where that gets us. We'll take the cranberry seeds with us. And I'll use this barren soil because the fruit bushes don't, or the berry bushes don't care about the quality of soil you plant them on. That way I can save like my soil that actually has like fertility value for my actual crops. Alright, so yeah, we're just shy of 20 degrees warmer down here. So we'll just go a little deeper here. Because ideally I'd like to get kind of year-round farming going, if possible. Like dead of winter, it still may be impossible down here, depending on the crops. I need somewhere where I can grow flax, then I gotta find flax seeds. And flax doesn't really like 0-degree weather, or freezing temperatures, I should say, which would be 32 degrees Fahrenheit. For those who are watching and are used to Celsius. Yeah, I leveled up in mining. That's nice. For those wondering, I'm using the XSkills mod, which is why I leveled up. Okay, so down here, we're right around 40. Yeah, we could probably make this work, and we're not quite to the mantle, but we're close. So we'll start like a little. What we'll do is we're going to get a little door here. This will be our farm down here, at least our experimental farm. Go in here a little bit. I'm going to go up one right there. Go over one. Each side here. We can just do this. There. There's our door. Actually, I'll go over 5. Go. Over one more. Alright. Because if nothing else, we're going to get these bushes planted down here. We get these berry bushes planted and growing. That's at least a steady supply of something to eat every few days. Because then what I can also theoretically do is move those dwarf pines I've got down here. So those dwarf pines are a source of protein. Still doesn't solve the grains. Gonna have to do something about grains. Go. Alright. Push this back a little bit more. Then let's go ahead and put in our first light. So doors here. So let's go over here. Let's go ahead and get my other torches. And we'll do one here. There we go. And the next one will be like here. So let's go ahead and knock this one out. Just knock this whole like wall out right here. There. Take this. That out. Because I'm kind of thinking if I do, like, 2 blocks in between each one. Here, so if it comes over this way, 2. So the next one will be, like, here. People still don't cross the last major story location accidentally. Funny is this will be like, what is this? So, you're both right and wrong. The devastation, which is what I assume, you know, what you're talking about, is not actually the last major story location. It's the last, aggressive story location, we'll say, currently in the game. How about that? That's a good way to put it. There's another location you go to after the devastation. No, I'm talking about in the game currently. There's one you go to after the devastation. Matter of fact, when you find out about the devastation, you, along with messages, and here's this other story location you need to go to, but you better go to the devastation first. Grump, grump, grump. And I'm not going to give you any more spoilers than that. Because I know you want to kind of see it. And if you... I'll put it this way. If you liked the library, you'll like that one. Make sense? Put one here. Here. Yeah. It's gonna be cool. Alright. Here. Which is also why I kind of give you, like, you know, I know you don't want spoilers, so don't go watch my, my vanilla series all the way through. Because I go through the entire story. As a matter of fact, the last episode is, like, you know, completing all that and then kind of summarizing, you know, where we went a little bit. But I think they're planning to release some more story content in the next major update, just from some of the stuff they've been hinting. Besides just some really cool changes. It sounds like, maybe. I can't wait for the next major update. Oh, and for people out there, you have till, I think, tomorrow, or the day after. So, if you want Vintage Story, and you don't have Vintage Story, but you want it, the developers to celebrate the 10-year anniversary have posted a link where you can enter a raffle for one of 200 copies that they are giving away to folks. It says an FYI. So kind of let's celebrate, you know, 10 years of Vintage Story. I understand. Everybody's super excited about the fishing coming. I'm excited about the fishing. Yep, let's try this. Let's see here. Will this work? Alright, so we have crowberries. I have 4 of those, so let's go. 1, 2, 3. It says they're growing. Not fast, but they are growing. Okay. I got... No, so what was that? Those are cranberries. Okay, we'll do the crowberries over here. 4. Oh, those only need 48 hours. Those will be done, like, immediately. Alright. What else do I got? I got lingonberries and bunchberries. Well, we'll do another little section of 8 here. It needs more dirt. Yep, let's do the lingonberries here. Do the first of the bunchberries here. Oh, these are all grow pretty quick. Alright, let's go grab some... a little bit more dirt. And I'm also going to need some more torches. We're also going to grab our most cold tolerant seeds. Actually, let's go back down to the bottom. I want to see what the temperature is here at midnight. It's midnight right now in game, so in theory the coldest time of day. in the game. We're above freezing. We're at 35 down here right now. Jones said it's going to be releasing a couple new flavors based off Nuka-Cola from Fallout shortly. Ooh. I mean, but do I get the cool, you know, mildly radioactive and immortal ghoul benefits from if they make a quantum version? Because, you know, if I have to trade just being mildly radioactive for immortality, I guess I can live with it. And I'll just figure out what to do about the whole, like, you know, eating people thing later. Let's see what we can do here. Have some grass, not a lot of grass. How many torches can I make? 6. I can make 6 torches. That's the answer. Yeah. I mean, the original Fallouts were pretty fun. I think they're remaking Fallout 1, by the way. I actually have all of them. I have the originals and everything. Man, I got so much just like stuff here. Okay. Dirt. 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 That's low fertility. Low fertility is kind of important. I don't know if I want to use that. Hmm. Yeah, no, I think there's actually like going to be an official remake. I saw something about that online the other day. Someone was talking about it. Barren soil there. I mean, I'd totally take a remake of New Vegas. The drifter over there. Like, absolutely. Yep. There. Cool. Actually, let me grab the rest of my stuff here. Let's see here. There's my dirt. There's my dirt. Take my medium dirt. I mean, but here's the thing, though. Do you really want it to not crash very much? Because, let's be honest, you know, just because it crashes a little bit doesn't mean it's not good. Break, please, break. I forgot I left stuff in there. Deal with that. Go away, drifters. I'm busy. I'm busy. All right, let's see here. Let's just throw some of these rocks in here just to get them out of my inventory. Oh goodness, drifters, drifters, get bad drifters. All right, go away. Go one, busy. Perfect. I got the thing I wanted. Get good here for a second. That in there for now. That in there for now. Let's get these off the hotbar real quick. So there's method to my madness. There's a reason I'm picking up my, like, stuff. Can I drop? Yeah. Let's come back for it. Okay, we'll throw these in here. Really, Drifter? Cramping my business here, Drifter. Yeah. Ow, that one got me. Ah. There we go. Managed to escape. Mostly unharmed. $14 to ship 4 bottles of soda. Oof. That is expensive. Very expensive. Alright. So for people wondering why I just went and fought, like, all the drifters and stuff over, like, some random junk, I'll show you in a second here why I was doing that. Guess we're gonna come down here. Check something. It's still above freezing down here, which it appears to be. We might actually need to go a little lower. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Okay, let's get some more of our barren soil here. Go. There's the barberries. Done. Cool. Torches. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna push this wall out some. All right. Or I guess we're gonna knock this one out. This one out. Yep. There. There. Beautiful. Now we'll knock the rest of this wall out here. We're gonna see how this underground farm works. We may push another underground farm all the way down to the mantle, but we'll see. The government has given me this money, and they will regret giving it to me. Taking my health insurance. Oh, goodness. Why is it getting darker down here for some reason? This. Yep. Alright. What I'm thinking about doing is we're going to mine out a little spot right here. There we go. And then what I'm going to do, if I do this right, now, in theory, this should work. We're going to find out. And because this is flowing water, it should never freeze. And I should be able to, yep. There we go. Awesome. So, let's push this wall back a little bit. I do have the smoke mod enabled. It doesn't put out the torches, though. Which is a very lucky thing indeed. I'll agree for that. Now, the reason I put my sluice down here is because one of the things I'm going to do, I'm going to go dig up all of the muddy gravel from the bottom of the lake I live next to, and we're going to pan it for seeds. Okay, there goes that pick. Good thing I still have plenty of stuff to make picks. Yeah. So I'm thinking crop fields will be over here. So we'll do like our first crop field like right here. Let me grab my medium fertility soil because we're going to want that. So I want at least medium fertility for this since I have it. I found it. There we go. And we'll knock this one out. Throw this in here. Pick this up. There we go. I see now it's starting to suffocate me a little bit. Put that down. And let's push this back a little bit. You know, if I was crazy, what I could do, since I do have the smoke mod, I could see about putting, like, a chimney in that goes all the way up to the surface, and then just have this, like, random, like, trail of smoke coming up out of the bowels of the earth. Go, we're getting there. Part of the reason we're doing this, folks, is because I do need a source of linen, a consistent linen that isn't like fighting monsters all the time to get my linen. To try and summon in the traders that I want to summon in. Go. Beautiful. We might actually be able to get a farm going. Alright. Bucket. There we go. Let's see here. Where do I want to put my next ones? Next one's going to be like right here. Go, and right here. Go. I'm mostly doing this to keep things from spawning down here. Cool. I'll go ahead and throw torch in that one there. I'm going to knock out this wall here. Go. Oh, we're going to knock out right there for now. Cool. Now, we are going to need an actual hoe here in a second. So let me get a rock here and make that. By the way, general efficiency, I'm thinking about adding the Napster mod to the server. Because look at this. I think we have one or two people that have dexterity issues with certain things. So I was thinking it might be a nice thing to give to them. I've been experimenting with it here on my Snowball Earth playthrough recently. And also been thinking about adding it just so that I can process all the sturdy bones I've been getting from butchering into arrowheads or something. Just make something out of them, kind of a deal. Without having to sit there and do it manually. Alright. Now we mined all the way until morning. It's like 8 a.m. out. Alright. So let's see here. Let's go into our seed box. Let's grab some seeds. Carrots should be fine. Horse will definitely be fine. We can try the spelt, but I'm worried it's going to be too cold down there. Alright, let's get the hoe made. Go. And let's put away our extra dirt. Where is it? Let me just put the bucket down for now. Go. Extra dirt. Go in there. I don't know, something else I can make for down there. Let's make a storage chest for down there. Box. Take cabbage seeds. Put the barren soil in here for now. There we go. Now we can take all the seeds down there. And the next step is going to be getting black seeds. Or rye. Even rice seeds would be good, because rice seeds probably wouldn't care about the cold down here. There we go. There's no cold. Alright, so let's see here. Put the seed box here, I think. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, perfect. Okay. We are. No, I can't put the hoe down. I can put it in the seed box. That's fine. Alright, let's see here. What do we want to try? Carrots should be fine. Because it only takes them 11 days, so they'll be good down to 14 degrees. The horsetail also won't care, but I don't want to plant them on the good soil. So let's see here. Carrot. And we'll do the spelt real quick. And we'll try the cabbage. I'm a little worried about this. I have some extra, so like if it doesn't go well, we'll know quickly enough. Alright, there we go. Cool. Let's leave that growing. See how that goes. So we have started farming, folks, but let's see if we can't get some better seeds. And if worst comes worse, I'll put that low fertility soil down there too. Rather not use low fertility soil. That's going to be determined by how the farming goes. Alright, there we go. Close that up. Take this off the hotbar. I'm going to leave the horsetail seeds down there. Yeah, it'll be alright. That in there. Got storage again. That sack. That stack. There we go. Cool. And then we'll just stack the rest of these outside somewhere. This will be a good spot for the rock pile. I mean, I can add to this. Okay, that's it. I'm going to be building out of a lot of cobblestone. I'm glad we can add like 64 stones into a pile. That was a nice feature that they added. There we go. Alright. That frees up some inventory space. Oh my goodness, we got a fish. Fish. We got 2 fish. 2 fish. A whole lot of meat, but 2 fish is better than no fish. Because now we can also make soup. Oh, this is glorious. Alright, let's grab this real quick, just to recycle our tool. Go. That. We've almost got enough for 2 more ingots there. Alright, cool. Alright. More fish want to come and join the party here? No? What we'll do is go put these away real quick. Those in here, and actually, I really don't want to use that for that. Let's eat this real quick. Get our cooking pot freed up. We'll do. Did bring my bucket up here. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Give me your water. Let's grab our fish. We'll grab these chopped roots here. And let's grab some of these juniper berries here. Just need 3. 2, 3. There we go. Alright, we're gonna make a soup. We're gonna make a fish soup. There we go. And 3. Beautiful. Look at that. Oh, I can't put the berries in there. That's unfortunate. 2, 3. But I can put some extra vegetables in there. Nice. That worked out well. Let's see if 3 is enough. There we go. Alright. We got farming done. I mean, need 1 more piece of wood for that. Servings of chopped cattail root. Stewed fish. Yeah, let me throw 1 more piece of wood in there. Okay, so what I'm thinking now is 1, I'm going to make a new shovel. First things first. Before I go through this plan. So, shovel. Go. Cool. How's this looking? Yeah, I'm glad I threw that extra piece of wood in there. Alright, so we're going to go into the lake, the frozen lake of doom, and we are going to dig up a bunch of that gravel, and we're going to go test out my lovely sluice down there and see if it'll actually pan with my current setup. For multiple reasons. One, that'll let us get some lime. We might be able to actually make some leather. Let's see here. How's the soup look? Alright. And the verdict is 300 vegetable, 144 protein. Not bad. Not bad. Eat a little bit of it. Put that down. Cool. Actually, the thing I will do is I'm going to put some of my more expensive tools back here in the tool rack so I don't lose them. What's that? Oh, that's my fishing spear. All right, we'll take the fishing spear with us. That'd be a good idea, right? Alright, where's my shovel? There it is. So we want this stuff here. Because this gravel can be panned for seeds and shells. Let us get lime, and let us get, obviously, seeds. And obviously, the magical seed we're looking for right now is flax seeds. Wait, is that? But, okay. Like, what is this thing I'm sticking out of the stone wall? That's the other reason you want to dive in something that's like deep lake sometimes. Sometimes you see like ores and stuff sticking out of the wall. Usually it's nothing useful, like that was just flint, which I don't need flint, per se. And yes, I do have my character's time limit on his ability to hold breath turned up as part of this run. Okay. Feel my breath real quick. We got 21 of these, so let's go down here and see if we can catch some fish this time. I think securing a little more meat would be a good idea for us. Oh, I'm not seeing any fish. It is deep down here. No sign of fish either. Alright. Well, that's going to make this a little hard. There aren't any fish in the pond. You can see how big this lake is when I'm swimming in. So what I might just need to do then is just improve my fishing setup. So, primitive survival adds a passive fishing thing. That's what that whole, like, hook line thing I've got going on next to my house is. Yeah, let's get up just out of the water there, because it's cold, and we don't need to make our character too cold. Because we're already going to probably have to burn a whole bunch of fuel and stuff just to keep him warm at this point. Let's go test our Sluice now. And if I'm going to have to add some fishing lures. That's what I think I'm just going to have to do. Alright, go. Let's go down here to the Sluice. There's a reason I always keep my torch in my inventory instead of on my hotbar. I have more than once accidentally put my torch out. Not really a fun activity. How are things looking down here? It says they're going to sprout. Good. It's all looking fine. Cool. Alright, so let's see here. Are you going to work? No. So what I probably need to do... Hold on. Yeah, let's go up here. We'll just grab another bucket. Because I think it's that first slot is not counted as full. Let's go fix that real quick. I also had a thought about something else I should do. I should plant some more dirt down there. And just let grass grow on it, so I have a source of grass. Make torches and do, pottery and stuff. We're actually going to come out here really quick. We're going to just dig up some more dirt off the top of this hill. Heard something. Don't know if what I heard was a penguin or if it was a goblin or an orc or something. I heard something. The cool thing is, with growing grass, you don't need, like, good fertility, you just need dirt. So I'm just going to grab this barren soil and throw it down there. Crazy hurdles of having to jump through in this Snowball Earth to build a small village. I mean, it probably does taste like glue. To me, it tastes like, stone paved pathways. Because that's what I normally would use it for. But in this particular playthrough, it's actually got value. Alright, there we go. That's something. Go, there's that. What did I hear? I could have sworn I heard like in... What is the rift? It's apocalyptic rift activity. No wonder I am surrounded by rifts right now. You're going like, what is going on out here? The apocalypse. That's what's going on out there. Okay, my bucket's fine. So I actually didn't need to come up here for the bucket. I did need to come up here for my pick, though. I needed. Work. Do that. There we go. Alright. Alright, that's the other thing. Hold on. I keep forgetting. There's other things I want to plant down here besides... Go. Cattail roots. We're going to plant some cattails in there. Well, surface can have its apocalypse. I'm just going to go underground. We're reliving the apocalypse, folks. We're going underground. We're going to hide from it in these deep caves that I've mined out and made. Go. Alright, so let's see here. I'm going to do an experiment. Let's try if I knock out that one. Oh, that doesn't fix it. Alright, so... There we go. Does that fix it? My soil, no pan. Okay. Up there. That fix it? No. Alright. Okay. I think I see the problem. Let's do that. Really? Wait. I think I know the problem. Hold on. Sometimes you have to put these things back down. Yep, so let's do this. Now. There it goes. Now it's working. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to break all this out here. Because I think we're going to take our barren soil and make like a little patch back here, grass and cattails. There we go. Beautiful. All right. What I can do is we'll go ahead and push this back a little bit here. Just go ahead and do another layer of barren soil. We're gonna need some more torches down here pretty fast at this rate. Actually, what I might do is I'll knock this out, this side of this patch of berry bushes, and this will just be like a grass patch. I think this is gonna be like a kind of outer wall here. Yeah. What I'll do back here with cattails. So I'll do 1, 3. Oh, that's actually perfect. Hilarious. There we go. Cattails. You don't even need water to grow cattails. Alright, let's see what kind of seeds we're getting. Alright. So we're getting some various seashells. We got some flower seeds, which I don't really want the flower seeds game. I need vegetable seeds, or preferably flax seeds. Just like a couple flax seeds. Come on, you can do it for me. Or not. Alright. We'll let that sit there and think. It was behaving better when me not watching it. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and put this barren soil down here. Just so it's here. I'm gonna put these horsetails. Actually, I'll plant these horsetails. There we go. Just plant some horsetail. Very good for having your own, you know, bandages and stuff. Oh, there we go. Now we got some seeds. Orange mallow. See, these are all flowers. Which I don't need. Got a purple heartwood seed, so I can plant my own purple tree. Lily of the Valley. Getting all kinds of flower seeds. It's not what I need, game. Not what I need. Alright, let's go back upstairs real quick. Feed our character. And I'm also going to grab our medium fertility soil and move it down there too. Is still apocalyptic out? Yes, okay. So outside's still going to be a bad idea right now. I'm thinking about cave generation. I mean, if you could redo it, how would you improve caves? That's a good question. The caves seem fairly, I don't know. Because sometimes there'll just be like tons of just holes in the ground and stuff. And just like terrible pitfalls. Like, I like that. And I like the caves. I love the caves in this game. Because they're fun to explore. Especially when you find like glowworms and stuff. Some of the places. But sometimes it doesn't seem like there's rhyme or reason to the cave system. If that makes sense. I don't know that I'm explaining that very well. Oh, drifter. That's not what I wanted. Shift. Out of that. Out of bed. There we go. I'm trying to think of how I would change it. just like to find a Denny's underground. It just feels like there should be like more. Yeah, I feel like it should be much more logical. And honestly, I'd love to see more caves where there's like a stream of water flowing. It's kind of making like the entrance to the cave, and you can kind of follow it down in, not necessarily like in the water, but like there's like maybe a central water thing, and then some carved out cave kind of following it underground, almost like an underground river thing. I think that'd be a great um, combo with the uh, rivers that they're looking at adding the base game, anyways. Just as a weird slight, cross reference there. I think that'd be a great way to do some cave generation. Um, Outside of that, like I don't really mind having like the whole like entrances thing, but caves tend to be in like the side of a hill and then go down from there, or down in like a little valley and then there'll be like a cave. In the real world, at least that's been my experience. So I just think some more natural looking generation would be nice. And less of the sheer just sudden drops would be also nice. There should be some, because caves do have those. Matter of fact, one of the caves near where I live, they actually do some nighttime tours occasionally, or dark tours where they'll take you in there, like under low light, and then they'll turn off the lights at a certain place so you can like experience what it's like to be in a truly dark cave. But then they tell you, like, do not walk forward at this point. Oh god, cave diving. Like, my father was a certified, like, scuba diver and for a number of years. And that was one of the things he refused to do was cave diving. Because, he'd go down to the dive shop here in town and hang out and get his tanks and stuff refilled. Because he and my cousin Ed, they'd go diving in like the local lakes, rivers, and stuff, and even some of the sinkholes that connected to the aquifer in our area. And my cousin Ed made a living catching certain types of fish and stuff. So if you ever see like those algae eater fish that people keep in their fish tanks, yeah, those occur naturally where I live. And my cousin Ed would go out and catch them and sell them to the pet shops and stuff. But they'd be in there hanging out at the dive shop, and there was a group in town that were cave divers, and even those guys were like, "Yep, we're going to go out and cheat death today because cave diving is just that dangerous." For people who don't know. All right. Yeah. I really don't like all these drifters being out and about. I'm gonna have to do something about this. Yeah. I guess I'll just eat these cranberries for now, just to give my character some breakfast. And then let's go downstairs, check the farm, and see if we actually got any decent seeds. Sounds like the drifters might actually be fighting each other. It'll also give me a chance to make sure drifters aren't spawning down in my farm, because that would be most unfortunate. Okay, we did get some grass, which is good. We're going to take that grass here real quick. That's part of the reason I did this. Get some grass. I can actually make more torches. Cattails are still happy, which is wonderful. All of these are still growing nicely. Beautiful. And what seeds we get? Please tell me I got something useful. Bald cypress. Dwarf. Fuzz. Lily of the valley. So I got like all the flower seeds in the world that I don't really need. Well, we're gonna have to go and see about getting some more panning done. something down here. Let me go and take care of that. That little piece of stone sticking out is going to bother me. Okay. So we'll get some more gravel to throw in there and see if we can't get some better seeds. Hopefully the drifters have cleared out. It's still very high rift activity out there. I might have to move my mill back inside just so I can mill some of this stuff. Because I need to start making leather. Because I got hides that are going to go bad if I don't do something with them. Yep. Well, the drifters seem to have wandered off for the moment. So I can complain about that. Yep. Put all this over here. I'm going to try and get these shells ground up. Just eat the hides. What are people going to do? Tell you... Yeah. Oh my goodness. You know, I've actually been tempted to let the hides rot because I actually need rot right now to make low fertility soil and medium fertility soil so I can actually plant my crops in a better soil. I mean, is that terrible that I'm like, you know, I could just let these rot and just have more farmland instead of leather. Okay. We got some lime. Let's see here. Get my bucket. That's enough for the first load that I care about. One other thing I'd like to see is if you cut like a tall grass, I'd like to see you get 2 dried grass instead of 1 dried grass. My bear pelt. Come here, bear pelt. You're gonna become leather. Yep. And people are probably wondering, well, how are you going to make leather? You don't have oak. Make tannin. Well, apparently I found out, like, the willow leaves, I think. The willows that are growing around here can be used to make tannin as well. You got a fish. Make more food. More food. Yay, more food. I'm overly excited about the fish. Go. So, grab some water. Here we go. This works out well. 2. Actually, what I can do to make this even more efficient. Go. Beautiful. All right. Probably not the best meal in the world of like fish and cattail soup, but you know what? Better than not eating. Alright. Actually, we'll let that finish cooking before I wander off. Actually, I should probably put the rest of my cattail bits into the storage there. But you know what? I can always make some cattail stew now. That's one of the kind of ridiculous things I just realized about the wild farming revival thing, is the fact that I can turn the tops of cattails into cattail roots with a bucket of water. During the Snowball Earth playthrough, that's becoming an incredibly useful feature for keeping my character fed right now. You know, not an intentional thing on my part, just a suddenly, oh, that's helping me out a lot. Like, there we go. Let's see here. How's the soup? Not bad. Alright. Realize the tuning sphere and driftboard are Seraph inventions since they have chances to fail compared to normal Jonas tech. Just coupled together every other Jonas tech. Fair. Hadn't thought about it like that. Having no use in the old world. Yeah, that's a completely valid point. I hadn't even considered that either, so. Alright. Please not flowers this time. Game. I want crop seeds. So we're just gonna grab a huge stack. Stuck for a second. But no, you're probably right that they are technically a Seraph tech, tech made after, the whole apocalypse thing. Now, it could also be, recreations of tech Jonas made. Because Jonas technically invented the locusts, right? So, maybe it's our attempts to recreate technology he was using to control the locusts in the old world. But without, Jonas there to perfect it or to even go over the designs to make sure we've got it right. Perhaps, our recreations of it are not as accurate. Or it could even be something like, maybe because of what's happened, the locusts and all are just not as controllable as they once were. Lots of possibilities that they could explore. That's something else I'd kind of like to see them do. Like, I like the classes and everything. Just gonna crawl out of hell to see a Seraph with a cobbled together tuning sphere, turn around and crawl back in. I mean, probably. Or ask them, why didn't you let my superior creations have the world? Like... Maybe Jonas was really just the father of Skynet, and his intention was that the locusts would inherit the Earth from humanity. Who knows? I mean, that's probably not true, but... I was gonna say, I'd like to see them do a little more expansion of, like, the classes in the game. There we go. Let's go back up to the surface here. Grab one more block. Alright. Let's see if with this here. There's a warp over there. Okay. So another thing I've noticed is that stainless steel is in the vanilla game. Can you make stainless steel in the vanilla game? I didn't think you could. Or is it just, it exists in the files? Because I imagine at some point later on, as the technology level advances, they do intend to advance the technology level a little bit as they progress through the coding of the storyline and whatnot. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like storyline based, but I mean, they've said that they fully intend to push the technology level to a certain point. If we won't see something like, you know, actual steel smelting where you can make like stuff. Now, I thought it was unattainable, but I'm saying, is it something you're seeing in like the creative menu? Because I've never explored the creative menu. It's not a thing I do. Okay, we've got onion seeds. Sweet. I don't think we'll be able to grow the onions. It'd be neat to see more advanced ships or airships. It's okay, so it's in creative. But if it's in creative, that means they probably intend to have it in like the final game at some point. Because it definitely feels like they intend to have more metallurgy going on. It's eaten. They still have time to grow. See more grass growing down here. Finally getting some crop seeds. Just like titanium's in the game technically, but you can't smelt it because we don't have the furnaces to do it. But we can mine it because we can get steel tools to mine the ore itself. And we need the titanium to make certain things in the game. Yeah. And I know that's stuff they intend to change at some point. Is the ores not having purposes and stuff. Oh wow, these cabbages are almost to their next growth stage already. Well, that's interesting. So the amount of light they're getting does seem to be making a difference. Well, no. I see that I did finally get an onion seed, though. Just gotta wait for it to actually be warm enough down here to plant onions. Because right now it's noon and it's 42 degrees down here. And that's a bit borderline for growing onions. Yep. Janice would like to see the airship. Alright, well I'm going to head back up. I think we're going to call this stream there, folks, because unfortunately I do have to go to work in the morning. We succeeded in getting a farm going. We're going to have to see if it actually produces anything of value, though. Or if it's going to get too cold before that stuff matures into something useful. And we're also going to need more grass. I'm going to have to go out and just cut grass for a while here in one of these next episodes to get some more torches to keep lighting that area up and keep expanding our farm. We've also started leather, so I'm going to figure out how I'm going to make tannin, though. That's going to require... Oh, good. The rift activity calmed down, so maybe the drifters will have moved out. Drifters left. Do I have anywhere I can, like, shove these seeds I don't care about? Yeah, I can shove some of these in here. There you go. Take the grass for now. Alright, looks like the drifters have cleared out for the time being. But anyways, folks, I want to thank you all so much for joining me. It's been Thalan McRom streaming my Snowball Earth playthrough, which I lovingly call the Frostbitten Realms. So, thank you all for joining me. I hope you all had a great one. We're going to catch you all in the next one, and you all have a wonderful time. You know, stay warm out there, folks, for those who are experiencing cold in the real world. So, catch you all in the next one.